Nobody wants to be there.
It's a big bad show tonight.
Just take this damn parade. Who cares? Joe, there's a 2-mile wait to get past the damn green line.
Anyone who gets hit by a bear in the neighborhood, call Joe Murray.
I happen to trust Joe Murray.
First time I ever met Joe Murray was at a...
All right, welcome in 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. Oh, I'm the guy that's going to get you fired up for Game 6 tonight. Leafs, Bruins, what's going to happen? Can you feel the tension? Nerves? Yep, both sides of it. The Leafs can still blow this thing. The Bruins can still blow this thing. And we'll have all the coverage right here on 98.5 The Sports Hub, beginning in about 25 minutes. So line them up. You can give your predictions for tonight at 617-779-0985. We're also on YouTube as well if you want to join the chat. I did want to give the flowers to the Celtics, and then we're bees the rest of the way. But for the Celtics' sake last night, they are who we thought they were. They played desperation basketball at home, at least early on. They did what they were supposed to do. The Celtics came out with force, absolutely dictated the complete pace of the game, and shot 67% in the first quarter. 8 of 14 from three. 57%. No Porzingis, no problem. Derek White takes on the scoring responsibilities. He's was the MVP of the series. He finished with 25 points on 8 of 13 shooting, 5 of 10 from deep, rebounds, assists, whatever. He is the MVP of the series. They found that secondary scoring. The biggest thing that happened was they closed out a game in 5 games at home. Something that you wanted the Bruins to do, by the way, as I'm crossing sports here. You wanted the Bruins to do that. But the Celtics did. And just some things on Derek White. He finished the series with 112 points, second most on the team. He was 41 for 71 from the field. He shot 58% from the field in the series. He went 21 of 44 from downtown. He shot 48% from three. He had 18 rebounds, 16 assists, 2 steals, 5 blocks. He was amazing this series, and I don't know if he can keep it up. I don't know if it's sustainable. Clearly, they're going to have some matchups that favor them in the next round, whether it's Cleveland or Orlando, with that backcourt. You saw Drew Holiday playing outstanding defense yesterday. But Tatum and Brown are doing their thing. I think we can all agree that they can get there, but they needed more help to win it. Porzingis was seen to be that guy. Now you're starting to see Derek White ascend, who, by the way, on this playoff run is going to get a huge extension or is going to get paid. And then just a couple of other things to throw out there, because, again, it's going to be all Bruins rest of the way here. Just want to give the Celtics their flowers for doing what they should have done to something the Bruins couldn't do. But Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, how many people call into this show or this station and say they can't close out games, they don't have it? Well, I'll tell you, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown last night closed the series out. So when you call in and say they can't do it, they did it last night. Yes, against a Miami team that couldn't shoot without Jimmy Butler, but they did it. Yep, it wasn't a sweep. It was a gentleman's sweep against a respectable Miami Heat team. I think we should tip their cap to them, and here they go again now. Potentially a favorable matchup. They should. I think they're minus 230 right now to win the East. But don't let this one slide. The defense is how the Celtics won. People will always point to their shooting or their three-point shots and what's important to them. That's the Chronicle. or narrative if you want to use that word, but that's what it is. Nope, it was the defense. The Celtics holding opponents under 85 points. They've done it 4 times against the Miami Heat and twice in this series. And throughout 5 games, Boston outshot Miami, out-rebounded them, more free throws, fewer turnovers. Right? When you look at that, it was their defense that held Miami in check. I know they're not a great shooting team, but look at the numbers. Hero was very good from 3. They had plenty of good 3-point shooters. It was the defense that won. Boston held Miami to under 95 points in 4 of the 5 games. And, of course, in Game 2, Miami hit a franchise record 23 three-pointers. It should be noted that since that Game 2, the Celtics held Miami 21 of 90 the final 3 games from 3. They shot 23%, and they shot 10% last night. Just don't give me that Miami had no shooters. They can't shoot the threes because they had players that shot almost 40% from 3 this year. The Celtics in a closeout game at home held Miami to 10% from 3. If the Celtics can get the secondary scoring from Derek White and play the defense that they did, they're going to go to the finals and compete for the championship, and that's just it. So although Kristaps Porzingis is what everyone hopes for to come back, they have the talent now with the defensive philosophy. And let's see if they can continue that defense in the next round. But I want to give their props to the defense, holding Miami to under 95 points in 4 straight games. Outstanding, or 4 times in the series. So wanted to lead it off there with the Green, who now advance. And, Cleveland, Orlando, those are 2 teams that the Celtics have had some issues with this year. You saw it on a back-to-back game this year against Cleveland. Seen that one. In Orlando, they're big. They have bigs all over, and without Porzingis, it could be a challenging series. Celtics should roll through them and await whoever they get. New York, Philly, whatever happens going forward here. But I wanted to give the Celtics their flowers for what they did last night. 617-779-0985. That's the phone number if you want to jump aboard. We got Bees, Leafs, Game 6 tonight. I'll give you at least what I saw in warm-ups earlier today as far as the lineups go. And a lot of pressure needs to be on Jim Montgomery. He can make a few wrongs right tonight, putting guys back where they were. Maybe you get some healthy guys and Shattenkirk back in the lineup tonight. But a big one for Montgomery, who's been absolutely outstanding in the regular season over the last couple of years, but still yet to get over the hump in the playoffs. The pressure's on tonight. And some guys were really quiet in the previous game. Brad Marchand, number 1. Can Pavel Zacha do something tonight? The Bruins, I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I think you're going to see goals on both sides tonight. Can the Bruins come away with a win and go to the next series? Don't go 7 games with Toronto. We saw what happened a year ago. We saw them blow 3 games in a row. It's just take care of business tonight, just like the Celtics did last night. All right, we'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. We got Game 6, Leafs and Bees. Coming up next, I'm Joe Murray here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Up the far side, the Leafs crank it ahead. Here's Tavares. He'll motor his way in. Drops the shoulder. Set it out in front. They score! Matthew Knies able to scoop up a loose puck in the slot. He scores in overtime. And the Toronto Maple Leafs stay alive, and the Bruins miss a big opportunity to finish off the series.
He's now back. B's still up 3-2, still have some advantages. Matthews going to be out tonight, still a backup goaltender, and a team that Swayman has still played well against. But Jim Montgomery, after the game, a little upset. Mentioned that he was upset about the way the Bruins started. He said he wanted them rocking early on. Well, some of his substitutions weren't great, and we'll get to those in a minute. But he even said on Tuesday, I'm still pissed off from the game. I don't understand and don't accept our play. I'm going to be pissed off until the puck drops on Thursday night. So I think he's feeling it a little bit. He wanted his team to play better. I know sometimes you got to look at it and say it's the players, and with this group, you can certainly say that. But this is a good coach. He's a good coach. What happened last year, that's last year, and they still talk about it. But Montgomery, he's not shying away from talking about last year. Mentioned the situation they were in a year ago, then losing 3 straight to the Panthers. But the 2 big changes, Grzelcyk for Shattenkirk and Brazeau for Beecher, those should change tonight. And how about on the power play? Right? Going with Marchand, McAvoy, Pasternak after weeks of, Pasternak on a different unit. All of them on day. Like that. Just go back to that. Power play looked worse in the last game. It looked worse. And they only got 1 power play in Game 5. So, here we go. Game 6 tonight in Toronto. Your thoughts at 617-779-0985. Let's start it off with Gabe in South Carolina. What you got, Gabe?
Hey, Joe. On the Bruins, I'm already ready for them to lose. I'm mentally preparing myself for Game 7. Hey, Joe, I'm going to West Yarmouth. Any recommendations for food in Yarmouth, West Yarmouth?
Oh, my God. I mean, it's Captain Parker's for the clam chowder,
okay.
But
Captain Parker's,
and in Frank's, though, for breakfast. All right. And we'll do that another day because there's a big one tonight. A big one. Actually, I wonder if people are eating their feelings tonight. This is one where you get nervous. Everyone I've talked, since I have walked into this building tonight, the majority of the people feel like the Bruins are going to blow this thing. He feels like they're going to blow it tonight. Let's talk to Andrew. He's in Southie. Hey, Andrew.
Hey, Jim. How's it going? Love what you do.
I'm Joe, by the way.
Oh, sorry, Joe. I apologize. J names, I get them mixed up.
Hey, it's just that name's on the title.
Hey, everyone's talking about lineups this, lineups that. Matthews is out of the lineup for Toronto. We're making a bunch of switches on the bottom 6. I, for one, am not too worried about that. I mean, we all know what type of group the Boston Bruins are. I mean, at the end of the day, we need the top 6 to come out and play a good hockey game. I mean, it's not about winning the game. It's literally about coming out and playing a good game. I mean, if you go out and play a good hockey game and you do the right things, you're going to put the puck in the net and you're going to win the game. Everyone's too caught up in the moment. And, Marshy's had a big game, but we need him to do it again, and we need Pasta to do it again. I'll hang up and listen.
Thanks, Drew. Did I say the blow-ins?
Hopefully not some foreshadowing there.
No. Hey, that happens sometimes. I got off to a rough start last night, but we closed strong. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. All right, Grzelcyk's off the ice. Good. You're back to the lineup that you've been successful with. You're going up against the goaltender you just seen without their best player. You should be able to win this game tonight. And I know you feel it. You already feel it. You're nervous. You don't believe in the forwards. People thought they played over their heads this year, and maybe they did, but they're good enough to win this series. Come on. But hey, at this point, if Montgomery goes back to the power play, goes back to the substitutions, and sticks to the original line, I mean, how could they lose? It'll be on the players when that happens. But again, the guy feeling the most heat, no doubt about it, is Jim Montgomery. 617-779-0985. We got Angelo in Melrose. Hey, Angelo.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
What's up, bud?
So, just real quick, I don't like the fact that we're putting this on Montgomery. I mean, last year, yeah, that was a completely different story. But, the first 3-4 games of this series were absolutely dominated by the Bruins. I mean, the first period had a questionable finish in a lot of them. But besides Game 5, where the first and second period were absolutely atrocious, Swayman has been playing out of his mind in the fact that Montgomery was able to recognize the fact that we're not going to just go Swayman, Ullmark, like last year where it absolutely destroyed us. It's a testament to his ability to understand like the goaltending acumen, right? So Swayman played an unreal game last game. It had nothing to do with the defense. It had nothing to do with his goaltending ability. It had everything to do with the bad offense, the bad game that they were playing.
Turnovers, yeah.
So you have to start Swayman this game, and even if Swayman has a rough game today, I don't think you start Ullmark again in Game 6 or Game 7. So whatever happens tonight, I still think you got to ride the hot hand, regardless of what the absolute terrible people between 2 and 6 say.
Thanks, Rich. I don't want to knock anybody. Listen, this is Jeremy Swayman's series to win or lose. It's his series to win or lose. He was so confident the other night. I actually liked hearing that. Montgomery's telling you how pissed off he is, while Swayman's like, we believe in the group. We got this. That's a hot goalie. Right now, he's the guy. I don't want to look ahead just yet, but I'm not. I still think Ullmark's going to get some look, going to get some rest, and he's going to play. He's not going to be a cold goaltender is where I'm going with it. He'll be ready, but it's Swayman's the rest of the way. I don't even know. Wow, I even got to bring that up. Maybe it's going back to the mind games that Montgomery was playing. Maybe that's what it is. Steve and Southie. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Joe. This is Steven Thurston, owner of Viva Tequila Seltzer. How are you, buddy?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. I was driving with my brother, CT Betts, and we were listening to the radio, so we wanted to call in and get your thoughts. My thoughts are on taking the Leafs tonight to hedge my happiness and maybe taking the Leafs for a series, so that even if they win, then I'll at least make a couple bucks and be miserable.
So you're thinking about betting the Leafs plus 110. So if the Bruins do lose tonight, you at least make money to help your sorrows.
And the game's on Saturday, and I'm in town, so I can potentially go to Game 7. I don't know. Is that bad? Does that make me a bad Bruins fan?
Well, Viva. Okay, sir. Viva. We love your Vivas. Thank you, man. Appreciate you calling in, and tell CT I said what's up. But I don't know, man. I'm not going to bet this thing. I'm staying far away from this. I just looked up the betting line on DraftKings just now. Right now, the Bees minus 130 to win tonight. So for the average bettor, that's putting up $130 to win 100. So they are a favorite tonight. I mean, Vegas has set this number to get money on both sides. Leafs are plus 110 at home. That's why I think the average gambler sees some value in the home team here. Plus, not to mention the history of the Bruins in closeout games. I prefer the Bruins in a closeout game on the road. Is that weird? Because they are awful at home. I slightly lean the Bees tonight, but I look to over 5.5. It's slightly juiced to under 5.5 right now. I think the Bees are going to score some goals, but I also think Swayman, a couple might go by him tonight. I'm going over 5.5 if you want to bet for me. It's got that type of feel tonight. I don't know how you feel about it, Skaz. I saw you jump for a minute there, but I lean over.
Yeah, I like the over tonight. I hope they win. Bury this team. Battle of the chokers. Let's get this one over with.
By the way, many people are telling me that they're eating their feelings tonight. This is probably a big eating your feelings night tonight. We'll take one more before we get out of here, or if we can take any more. Mike's in Naples. Hey, Mike.
Hey, thanks for taking my call, Joe. I just wanted to call and get your thought on the Bruins veteran leadership stepping up tonight after what happened last year. I want to see Marshy lead the way, Pasta, Charlie Coyle, Charlie McAvoy. These guys, they need to step up and set the tone early.
That's who it is, Mike. Those are the guys. Marchand, listen, Marchand, 0 shots on net in the previous game. 0 shots on net. We'll take one more. Matt is in Myrtle Beach. Oh, he's not there. Do we have an update on Austin Matthews at all? I know he's not playing. What is it? Does anybody know? Like the best player on the other team not playing in the play. It can't be sickness. And I don't want to speculate.
It's got to be something else.
But this guy, I'm pretty sure wants to be out there. So I'll just leave it at that. I don't know what's going on with him. But very interesting. And even Nylander, early on, missing a couple of games. I'll say one more thing before we get out of here, too. The Leafs have not played smart hockey. Like the Bruins being up 3-2, they should be up 3-2 from the way that the Leafs have played. Terrible turnovers and penalties. Terrible. And their goalie was better last game. But overall, Bees are a better team. Take care of business tonight on the road and ride that hot goaltender. Leafs 0-2 on the series. And looking back on it, they've struggled at home in the playoffs. I still lean over in tonight's game. So we'll have all your coverage immediately following the broadcast tonight. We got Leafs and Bees coming up next right here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Judd Surratt, Bob Beers, and then myself, and we're going to be joined by Ty Anderson post-game tonight. We'll be here on 98.5 and also on YouTube immediately after the game. Join us here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Thanks to Skaz for getting us going. Ryan Bell, it's his last night tonight as well. Bees, Leafs, Game 6, next. I'm Joe Murray here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.